This is going to be hilarious. Yeah, I've split that one. Whoops. This is going to be more of a disaster than I thought. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I think there's too much oil in here now. This doesn't look right, guys. This is huge. Why is this one so long? This is too long. Oh, ya Rab. Good afternoon and welcome to my apartment here in Cairo. Today we are making mahshi krom. So for those of you that watched the channel, you saw the last episode where I crashed my motorcycle as I was on my solo road trip around the Nile Delta. And unfortunately that injured my ankle. It fractured in two places, wearing a cast. And so I'm stuck back at my apartment in Cairo with not much to do. But when life gives you a motorcycle accident, make mahshi krom. For those of you that don't know, what is mahshi? So it is a very popular dish all over the Middle East, and of course here in Egypt. I actually think Egypt's is the best from the mahshi, the dolma, whatever you want to call it, that I've had on my travels. So typically mahshi is made with meat. But in Egypt, it is just good vegetarian herby flavors. It is a stuffed vegetable. So mahshi actually means stuffed in Arabic. And it is a mixture of like tomato flavored rice and herbs stuffed into different vegetables or leaves, such as zucchini or eggplant, bell pepper, even onion sometimes, although I've never had that. And it's also rolled in grapevine leaves or cabbage leaves. That is what we are making today, is the cabbage leaf rolls, or mahshi krom. So krom means cabbage in Arabic and mahshi means stuffed. So we will be attempting to make that today. Fingers crossed it turns out. Without further ado, let's begin. Yalla bina. Okay, so what we're gonna need for the ingredients are 500 grams of rice, a bunch of dill and parsley. I got extra here because I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to need. Just a few spices. We have coriander powder, cumin, salt, and then a little bit of sugar and some oil. Any kind of oil, I think, doesn't matter. I'm using sunflower oil. Some butter. That's about 80 grams, but I'll explain a little bit more about my my questioning the amounts here. We have 5 onions, tomato paste, but you'll only need about a tablespoon or 2, I believe. Some blended boiled tomatoes. I made this, but you can just use any kind of canned tomatoes if they're good quality. And then, of course, the cabbage. If you have a big one, maybe 2 small ones. It depends on the size, I suppose. But we'll be using the leaves to roll the mahshi. So, let us begin with the cabbage. I've watched videos, actually. This is why I am unsure about what I'm doing here. So there's 2 videos, and I will link them in the description of the video. But yeah, one video is a woman speaking completely in Arabic, and then there's another video of a British guy who might be of like Egyptian descent or something, I'm not sure, who gives more specific amounts, but I'm kind of going off of the Egyptian woman Arabic video more than anything. And this is probably already a rough start, guys. I don't feel like this has gone all the way in to cut out the core. But you're supposed to cut out the core and then peel back the leaves. I've peeled off one of the layers because it was a bit dirty. You don't want to break them. Maybe the core will be easier to get out as I peel back some of this stuff. I'm going to start with just peeling off some of the leaves because, yeah, it's not coming out very easily. And once we have peeled these leaves off, we are going to boil them. Oh shit, I think I wish I was filming myself too. Maybe I should. I'm wearing my helmet right now, my motorcycle helmet, and this is how I'm able to film hands-free. This is going to be hilarious. Oh my god, these leaves are massive, dude. Ooh, okay. I think, yeah, I've split that one. Whoops. Already a very funny start to the video. Foreigner trying to make mahshi. Okay. I guess I'll keep filming, but I won't make you watch me do this entire process. I can't even tell where one begins. The other option the woman said was to... Damn, I just ruined another leaf. Oh no. This is... I mean, that could be a few mahshi though, right? Can I get this out yet? The other option was to dump the whole thing into a bowl of water and then just make it that way, and then like the leaves kind of fall off. But she did say, and my husband helped me like understand some of it, because the subtitles are not that accurate, I will say, as I was watching it. Get out, you mother. Okay, it's not helping. Not ready yet. But she said that was more for advanced. I don't know why, you know, but because maybe it's easier. No, I don't think it's easier to peel this way. Nope, I'm definitely destroying it. I have 2 cabbage, so in case I need more, oh my God. Egyptians are probably just watching this and shaking their head like, that's, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't know. Anyways, this is comic relief for Egyptians and a learning process for me and foreigners, I guess, that have never made mahshi. Oh my God. See which one starts and ends? They're like kind of grouped around each other. I've definitely broken all the leaves, so that's too bad. Oh, there goes another one. I don't know how I'm supposed to get this off without damaging them. Unless I were to throw it in the pot altogether. Is this like one big leaf? Ada. Can't even tell. Okay. Whoa, that one went a little bit better. Maybe. Let's see. I'm also not going like, I'm not taking my time with it. I'm just going. It's definitely not so easy to tell which is what. Okay, that looks like garbage. It's like, but you know, the broken leaves, we're gonna have to use them later. So I will explain more later. La puta madre Lee. Okay, whatever. Something will turn out. I guess I'm just wasting maybe a lot of leaves. And this cut was not at an angle. I should have done that at an angle more. I don't know how much that would have helped, but oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna finish attempting to do this, and then we will be back. That's a lot harder than it looks. The lady on the video, in the YouTube video, made it look easy. It's not, I've discovered. So I have some leaves. I mean, I did as best as I could. So we have some, oh, well, you know, the leaves, I did what I could. We're going to boil these now, and then I've saved the scraps and leftovers because we're gonna boil those as well and then put them on the bottom of the pot so that the mahshi doesn't burn. Okay, so let's go and boil these and see if that turns out. 10 to 15 seconds, I guess, is around that time. I suggest watching the video though, because even if you can't understand the woman, you will be able to see what they look like. I was gonna put a bunch in at the same time, but I think at first, at least, I am just going to test it out like this. This is going to be more of a disaster than I thought. I know that it's not easy to make mahshi, but I think it's going to be harder than I thought. Like, is that enough time? I have no idea. Okay, I think this is, ooh, we're going to be cutting the stem out, so that doesn't need to, we don't need to worry about that. I feel like this is rollable. Yeah, I think this is okay. So I am letting them go for longer than 10 to 15 seconds. I don't know if that's a mistake, but I feel like they needed more time. So I'm letting them go for more like 30 seconds. I haven't been counting actually, but I mean, cook them till they look like they're gonna be able to roll. Again, we will be cutting out this middle stalk part, the stem area. So you don't need to worry about that being extremely soft, but you know, like some of this area around it we will be using. So just, keep an eye on it and judge for yourself when you'll be able to roll it. You don't want it falling apart. It needs to be somewhat sturdy so that you can roll it. So, yes. Okay, so I have boiled all of the leaves and this is what it looks like. Let's hope it works. And then I also have the ends to throw down in the bottom. We're not going to use all of this, I'm sure, but I just boiled all of it so we can throw it in the bottom of the pot later. So now it's time to cut them up into mahshi size squares or pieces. Next stage of difficulty, let's do it. So you are supposed to cut out this stem and discard that. So I'll just throw it in there. And then you have this leftover piece. Now the woman rolled it up and then cut it. She's a master though, and I am not. I don't, how long is the mahshi supposed to be? Like, yay long. I'm trying to imagine stuffing it and rolling it. This is still quite tough actually. This part is fine, but it's also kind of cut up. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be okay, I'm just gonna go with like it's gonna be that long, that long. I think this is a bit too long. It doesn't need to be this long. This is not going to be a piece. Disaster. Yes. I think this is too long. It should be like coming to like here. So maybe we'll cut that off. But roughly, I'm just gonna do this now. So when we put the mahshi, the rice in there, we'll roll it up. I think that's okay. It might be a little bit long still, but you roughly want it like that. It's cut here. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. And so this is the next step. There's no stem in here. This one is okay. I'm going to watch the video again that I've been referring to as I'm doing all of this, just to see the size again. But yeah, this is just such a mess, guys. But this is generally how you do it, and I will show you when I've completed into the size of them, so you have a better idea. I think this might be a bit big, and it's not completely square. This, maybe that would be the ideal size for mahshi. Oh. Why not? It's a little long. But roughly this size. Could be a little bit shorter, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. Disaster part 2 complete. I have cut up as best as I could mahshi size pieces. They're not all looking like this though. I'm gonna do what I can with everything that I have. Like, it's not a square. But I feel like I need to conserve every piece of cabbage that I have because this is, well, whatever. It is what it is. Something like that. So this is not gonna roll. You'll see when I'm rolling it. And let's move on to the next stage, which is over at the stove. We're going to be cooking. But first, we actually need to chop up 4 of the onions. So not all of them. Leave 1 for something we're gonna do with it later. But yeah, we need to dice, not insanely small, but not like huge chunks either. I'm gonna try to do it as small as possible because the Egyptian woman whose video I'm watching to make this, it looked quite finely chopped. And by the way, if you end up watching her video, which I've linked in the description of the video and in the comments, she prepared this cabbage and then puts it in a container. If you're wondering what she's doing, she's prepared it in advance and telling you that you can store it. So I've obviously not prepared it in advance. I've just doing it all at once. But if you are making mahshi and you want to just get the leaves ready a day ahead of time or something, it seems that is a possibility. And we are now at the next stage of cooking. We are supposed to put some oil in here, and she didn't say how much. So I'm using this just so you guys have an idea. Otherwise I would just eyeball it. She said mahshi loves oil. I'm gonna say that 1 cup is enough. I don't know, I'm just gonna go a little bit more. Maybe like 1 1/4 cups. Who really knows? That was the problem with the Egyptian lady's video. She didn't actually give numbers. For those of you who want exact measurements, your guess is as good as mine. On top of that oil, she also put in butter. Again, no measurements, but I eyeballed it to about this much, which is 80 grams. I have no idea, man. I mean, I weighed it. It's 80 grams, but I have no idea how much I'm supposed to put in there. We have our chopped onion here, and so we're gonna wait for this to get hot, and then we're gonna add the onions. I have never mixed oil and butter before, but I'm scared. And I think I put too much oil. Anyways, let's just dump the onions in, I guess. I could have waited for the butter to finish melting, but I don't know. Let's just do it now. It'll melt quickly anyways. And then we're supposed to cook these onions in this butter and oil. By the way, the butter is optional. Oops, Jesus. So, actually this looks like her pan, like the level of oil, I think. So butter was optional, she said. I think butter is amazing, so of course I put it. So 3 to 4 minutes to cook these onions. They shouldn't be like translucent, but they should get some color on them and cook a little bit. I think there is too much oil in here now. So it's been cooking for a little while. I could probably let it go for a little bit longer, but I think this is okay. Now, I have been trying to follow her directions, but again, the measurements are not very accurate for a lot of things. So this, I don't have big hands or small hands. It's normal hands, long fingers. I'm gonna use this to put the tomato paste in. She said 1 tablespoon, but I think I'm gonna put like 2, or maybe even like 3. If this is wrong, Egyptians can yell at me. But yeah, I don't know. She said 1 tablespoon, but that didn't look like 1 tablespoon to me. I guess we're just gonna have some very powerful flavored tomato mahshi. I'm just doing what I feel like, apparently. The spices are going to get thrown in as well. And she said 1 teaspoon. This is more than 1 teaspoon. But if you watch her video, she has some sugar cubes on her plate. And those are, I know what the size of a sugar cube is. So that was more than 1 teaspoon. Anyways, we have cumin. I don't know what happened. Was I recording? Anyways, so back to the spices. If I wasn't recording, that sucks. But we have salt, cumin, coriander powder, and salt and sugar. And I'm putting in more than what she called for because I just don't trust it. And we're going to cook this for a little while. I think this heat needs to be turned down a little bit. It's going crazy. This is so much oil. Oh my god. Oops. So we're going to cook this for a few seconds, a minute or two, and then we're going to go to the next step. I feel like this whole video and this idea of cooking mahshi is a total disaster. This is too much oil, 100%. Anyways, next step is to add in 500 grams of tomato. So you can just, I boiled tomatoes and then blended them. You can leave the skins on, but the skins just came off while I was doing it, so there's no skins in there. Or you can just use canned tomatoes of some kind, stewed, chopped canned tomatoes. 500 grams is what it called for, so I measured this out. I do feel like, again though, it should have more. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like these measurements are right. This is 500 grams, but I'm not sure if I trust that. Because when I'm watching her video, maybe everything she uses is extremely small. This doesn't look right, guys. I think this needs more tomato paste. But I don't want to be drowning the rice. This is the other issue. This looks so oily. It is oily. She calls for more oil later, and I think I'm just going to skip that step. Okay, we're supposed to reduce heat to low and cook this for a while. Okay, I am going to add in more of this tomato that I had in the fridge because I just don't feel like it's enough. The color's all wrong. It's so oily. That's what it is. It's the freaking oil. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just dump in less of this into the rice or something, but it just doesn't look right. That's going to have to be enough because I don't want to add in any more. But we're supposed to cook this until it turns a dark red, which it already is because of all this oil and tomato paste that I put in. So, cook that a little while, let it get some flavor on the low, and then the next step. I am letting that boil down a lot more because it's so soupy and oily. Hopefully it thickens up. While that happens, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know, I'm going to chop up the dill and the parsley. So let's do that. We are going to chop off the majority of the stems. So let's just say like right about there. And we're going to keep those stems for later. Because we're going to throw them in the bottom of the pot later on. And then let's just finally chop this up. So there is the first set of dill. I don't know if I'm going to need more or not, but I'm just going to cut up another one because I have it. I've washed these stems and all of the dill. So I'll just keep those. I'm not probably going to use all of this, but it is just keeping it and throw away what I don't use. Let's do the parsley. I'm going to go higher for this. Maybe the parsley, I will just use one, because I'm not a big fan of parsley. But there you have it. We're going to chop that up. The sauce is boiling, and then we're going to clean the rice. So, the rice is running more clear. And I'm ready to be done making this freaking mahshi. Yeah. I have this bucket underneath it because I want to see how the water's looking. There's a new, I have some big news, guys, that I'll tell you at the end of this video, or maybe somewhere in the middle. As we can see, still very oily. It's been maybe 20 minutes of this now. I'm so tired. My foot is tired. Cooking is a task when you are injured. So I have everything gathered here, and we're just crossing our fingers at this point, hoping for the best. We have the rice, washed and uncooked rice. We have this very oily, soupy tomato mixture, whatever. We have a whole ton of dill and parsley, which I don't know if I'll use all of that. And the discard, which we're gonna throw at the bottom of the pot. Not all of it, but whatever. Some cabbage. Also discarded. And then, of course, we have our rolls, which are coming very soon. Another disaster waiting to happen. And some onion, which we're gonna be tossing in. So let's put this all together and then see how this train wreck turns out. Yalla! This is how I record. Oh my goodness. Okay, what can you see? Can we see anything? So, now we just add all of these ingredients together. We add this tomato stuff. This oil on top, mate. Wait, I kind of want to spoon it in because we're not going to use all of it. And you know, I really hope that you guys can see because it's really hard to know what I'm filming. Okay, so I've got the spoon. I'm going to avoid this oil. Even though this lady said like Mahshy loves oil and she dumped a lot of oil in, this doesn't look as cooked as I thought. Whatever. I'm thinking I should just not add any more yet. Okay. We're supposed to add some more spices and the onion. I hope I'm doing this right, bro. Let's just put in. Let me check her video and just see how much it looked like. To be honest, it looks like she adds this much. But I don't know. Let's just go. Whatever. I mean, if it doesn't turn out, it'll just be funny. And then some spices. She was mixing it up with her hands, but I'm going to use this right now because it'll be easier. It definitely needs more tomato sauce. So the rice cooks with when you're cooking the mahshi, once it's rolled. It's looking super dry. Guess we might end up using all this tomato stuff. That would be really funny if the rice was supposed to be cooked. I know it's not, but it would be funny if it was. Pretty sure. Get up. And then we're supposed to add some more spices. She says 1 teaspoon. We're just going to sprinkle it in. I didn't, again, with her measurements, it didn't look like it. Cumin. Some more. She said that mahshi doesn't really need a lot of spices, which is, I guess, okay. Whatever. No, this side is. She added a little bit of pepper as well. I hope this isn't too much salt. This is looking not very tomatoey. Hers looked so much more red. That sucks. What the fuck? Okay, I'm putting some pepper in, just whatever, a little bit. This definitely needs more tomato though. Maybe it does need all of it, you know? I mean, I went overboard, but it's looking pretty freaking dry, you know? This is looking kind of like as good as it's gonna get. So now we need to roll it. Let's do the last fail. Let's go. This is what I'm actually concerned about. I don't feel like I have enough strips to really fill a pot, but we're gonna do our best. So I'm using this pot. I was going to use this pot, but this one is much smaller. And yeah, the smaller is good right now. We are going to put some pieces down. I actually want to use pieces that I can't salvage. So I guess a lot of these stems and such, maybe. She was putting nice strips down that I would 100% used for the mahshi, you know. Hey, that could be. Yeah, this woman is obviously a master though, and I am not. So let's layer the bottom of this pot with whatever we can find here. Don't care. I'm pretty much over this video, guys, if you haven't been able to tell. She was using pieces like this, but actual square, showing off her skills. So yeah, any little bit, probably gonna burn a lot too, so. What a day, what a day. This is exhausting to make mahshi. I'll say that. I applaud all you Egyptian women and mothers and anyone who's making mahshi. Okay, now for some stems. These look like the parsley stems. Let's just sprinkle a few around in there. And then some dill stems. This is more than enough, right? That's probably too much, but maybe this is too high. But honestly, I'm over it. So let's let's just get going with the rolling, and I hope you can see what I'm doing down here. First one, let's try it. I have no idea like what a good amount is. That seems like a lot. That's okay. No, maybe that's too much. I hope you guys are finding this as hilarious as I am. You're not supposed to have rice spilling out, but if we could just get them close enough together, maybe it won't. This is not going to be great mahshi, okay? And I hope you can see what I'm doing. I was hoping I could sit down. Oh. Come on, mahshi. I think I'm rolling this a lot too. And there's some stems still in there. Turns out I won't be able to sit down. This is this one's gonna come undone for sure. So don't do what I do, guys. Watch someone who knows what they're doing. This is for comic relief. Oh my god. Is this 2 leaves? Yes. Oh my gosh, my shoulders and back. This one's a little small. These onion chunks are huge too. She said, no, don't have anything on the outside. Well, too bad. I've lost all my energy, y'all. They didn't see them like doing it at the end though. Like they didn't close it off. This is huge. Why is this one so long? This is too long. Oh, ya Rab. How not to make mahshi. Oh, the stem. Anyways, you just, this is what you're supposed to do according to the video. Now I'm thinking I will have enough and this pot is not big enough. I think my sacrificial burn layer is too big. I can tell you that I'm not taking a long time with this. I'm not trying that hard. I don't care. Okay, brief intermission. I have changed the pot because I think I'm actually going to need a bigger pot. And my husband also said I'm not rolling them tight enough. He doesn't like to be in the video, but this was his. And this is a long piece that I cut. He said this is also too big, but whatever. You know, you guys know I'm... This is very long. Now that I look at it, just gonna... It is what it is. So, oh my gosh, I need to make sure I'm filming in the right place. So yeah, he said I should roll it tighter. And I think this stem is still in there. That's very... that's not good. I know it's not good. This one is ripped. I don't even know where I'm filming anymore. Some people, I think, close it more, but the woman in the video did not, and the guy in the other video did not. Something about letting the juices while it's cooking seep in to the mahshi. This is so dumb. I just, you know, even if it's just a big mess, it'll still taste good, I hope. He also said that they don't roll it like this, they roll it like across from the leaves or something. This is the stem. This stem should not be in here. But it is, and we're using it. I'm trying to do it tighter. Oh, it's definitely gonna be a big fail, y'all. I like cooking. You might be under the impression that I'm a bad cook because this is not going well, but I'm pretty good at cooking. My husband can testify. I like making soups and Italian food and Mexican food and Thai food, and anyways, this is not turning out well. This is what we have here. So it's not rolled well. I'm sure it'll open it up and it'll just be a big soup. This is how much mixture is left. Basically all of it. And I've run out of cabbage leaves and I'm not making more, even though I have an extra cabbage in the fridge. Yeah. I know mahshi's hard. It looks like a mess, man. Look at this. So once it actually starts cooking, it's gonna open up and be, yeah. Anyways, I'll eat it with a spoon. So let's move on to the next step. Let's go, yeah. I'm ready to be done. And we have reached the final stage, alhamdulillah, for this mahshi of disaster. So it is chicken broth, or you can make veggie broth. I think, you know, really Egyptians would use the broth from the chicken that they've cooked, because a lot of times they eat chicken with mahshi. I'm just using bouillon cubes of some kind that I bought over there. But yeah, and then I'm gonna put my helmet on, and so that we can see what I'm doing here. But we have the mahshi, we have the broth. Let's finish. Okay, so let's put this broth into this. We're supposed to do it until just the bottom of this top layer here. There's only 2 layers, so whatever. Let's do it. I can't even see. How am I supposed to know? I think that's about it. We're supposed to turn this on high. The lady also said to shake it around to make sure it gets all in there. Mine are open enough to get anything in there. I do think I see the layer coming up to around there. So maybe just a tiny bit more. Okay. There's going to be more broth possibly added later. So, but for now, this is what we do. And we're going to boil it. I think she put a plate on top of it to keep it down. I'm not going to do that. I don't care. But she said it floats or something like that. So we do need to cover it, but I'm not sure if we need to cover it at this stage. I'll cover it, and then if I'm not supposed to cover it, I'm going to check the video. All right, don't cover it. Really, you should just watch this woman's video, though, not mine. Finally, it is cooking. So we just need to let it boil for a while until some of the broth cooks into it. So once it evaporates a little bit or cooks into the mahshi, we leave it covered, and then we will turn the heat down to low. So it's on high right now, but we'll turn it down to low once it's evaporated a little bit, cook it longer, and you can kind of just keep adding broth in until it's done. You have to check it. This is the big news. Hi, Tuko. I got a kitten. We got a kitten. This is Tuko. So my husband brought him in. He saw him on the stairs crying and cold. Oh. and so he's tiny. He's a little baby. And so we decided to take him in, or my husband did actually, more than I would say me. I mean, I've been inside the apartment with the cast. Very good little kitty cat. He's in a playful mode right now. Do you want to get down? So yeah, we have a kitten. He's very young, abandoned by his mother. And we've been feeding him KMR milk and then kitten food, and we love him very much. So that's the news. I have a kitten. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna let that food cook and check back on it and then try it at the end. I have no idea how long it needs to cook for, and I haven't been given a time frame. But once the rice is cooked, I guess we'll try it. And it's finished. That actually cooked a lot quicker than I expected. So look at this. It actually looks not bad. My husband already tried one. You see that missing hole? He says it's good. So that's good news. I only refilled it once. So I let it boil on high until it seemed to evaporate really quickly, which it did within, I'd say, like 5-10 minutes. I don't know, I didn't time it. And then I refilled it and to about the same level and cooked it on low with the lid on, of course, this entire time. And maybe I didn't time it again, but it took less time than I was expecting. So let's see. Now dumping it out would be the true test, and I'm sure everything would fall apart, so I'm not gonna do that. But here's a fat, that's a fat mahshi right there. So they do expand, they do seem to get bigger. Makes sense, the rice is cooking. But let's try it. It's so hot, that's just falling apart. So, could it have been rolled better? Yes, but we already all knew that. Many things could have been done better. But the taste is really what I care about at this point. It's too hot to eat, but it's really good. That tastes like the mahshi that I like. My first mahshi. That's awesome. It's so much work though. So hot. But so good. I think it worked out great. I think it turned out great considering I've never made it. I had no instruction aside from YouTube. My husband wasn't much help, I'll be honest. I mean, other than like telling me to roll it tighter. But yeah. So that's mahshi. I know I'm sure I did a lot of things wrong, but I mean, it's here. It's not a soup. Again, look at that. So it could be more. I have a lot of wasted rice, which I don't know, maybe I'll stuff into like a pepper or something, because I'm not boiling more cabbage leaves. But what I have made did turn out, I think. I'm really curious to see what it would look like if I dumped it out. I'm sure it would just be like a big pile and no mahshi anymore. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna eat it individually out of the pot or carefully move it to another container. But I'm proud. I'm proud of my mahshi, you guys, because it tastes good. So leave a comment about what I did right and what I did wrong. But I know I'm curious if I rolled. The rolling was the worst, you know, but the boiling also, I don't know. I was impatient upon peeling that cabbage. I didn't think it was going to be as difficult as it was. So already when I began, I was like, I'm impatient. It's very time consuming and I may have way too much mixture. I don't know why I'm not feeding an army. I'm not feeding a family. It's just me and my husband. And this is a fair amount of mahshi. You can eat a pile of mahshi very easily though. I mean, it's really good. But anyways, I'm not gonna ramble. That's the mahshi. That was my first time trying to make it. I'm not hating the results. It could be better, but first time try, I'll give myself full point, you know. Anyways, enough blabbering. I'm glad to be back making videos again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know what will be coming next. Again, I'm still healing and recovering. I'm itching to go back outside and get on the motorcycle and get back to my normal life. But we're not there yet. So I'll see you next week with some other video. I hope you have a good one. مع السلامة.